fearless, you got fire. He's the spark that lifts you higher. You were made for joy, made for more. It's time to walk through heaven's door. The world is yours, take your place. Every dream aligned with grace. Overflow is your reward. Walk it out, abundance is yours. Oh, you can change it every time. Hope and faith, they realign. You're not stuck, not anymore. 'Cause girl, abundance is yours.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome back to Divine Abundance. This is Julie Loughlin Haers, and I am so excited to have one of my friends here with us today, Nicole Backus. She is the founder of NY Queen Unfiltered, and I was so lucky to have been on her show just recently. And so I asked her if she wouldn't mind coming on Divine Abundance. So, Nicole, thanks for being here.
Yes, thanks for having me.
So tell us, Nicole, what are you working on in 2026 and what are you really excited about? I know as a serial entrepreneur, you have a lot going on, but just share with my viewers a little bit about what you're working on and what are you excited about this year?
So currently, as you know, before I even got on with you, I
Mhm.
just got done taping for my own podcast.
Yes.
So right now I'm just, I've talked to you before. I'm revamping
Mhm.
my podcast. I previously had another podcast with a family member, and that didn't work out so well. And then that family member decided to go on and do their own business
Mhm.
and go back to school. And I wish her the best. And
Mhm.
then I wanted to go and continue the podcast. So I rebranded. It's now NY Queen Unfiltered. It's just me.
Yep.
My viewers are the royal court. That's what I call them.
I love it.
And yes. And and so right now I'm in the process of building my brand.
Mhm.
I have like 3 to 4 episodes that I have currently. And so basically that's what I'm working on right now is just building up my brand within the studio.
I
Yes.
love that. I love that. That's exciting. As you reflect back to like 2025, I mean, I know a
Mm-hmm.
lot went on for me personally. A lot went on for a lot of people in 2025.
Mm-hmm.
What are one or two lessons that you learned last year that you're like, you know what? I learned this and this was a positive thing and I'm going to take it with me as I move into 2026.
So one of the things for me that I've learned in the past year is you have to just do it.
Yep.
So I think when I first started this podcast and I was doing it with my family member, I think it was more about like, oh, who can I collaborate with to get this done?
Hmm.
And Spirit, the Lord has always
Hmm.
like had his hands on me and
Hmm.
basically has always told me, like, Nicole, do this on your own. And
Yes.
it's not just about that, it's been other things in the
Hmm.
past. But
Yeah.
I think the turning point was where he showed me, like, I told you to do it on your own the
Hmm.
first time and you didn't do it.
Yep.
And you don't listen. And
Hmm.
I'm giving you this message on day one and you're not listening. And I've given you the same message with other projects you've done and you have not listened. So now I'm listening. Now I hear the Lord loud and clear. And
Yes.
I think that for me it was about listening to my inner spirit.
Hmm.
Um and the messages that was being given to me, and knowing that I have the power. I don't need to do things with other people to get them done, but that I can get them done on my own.
Cool. That is awesome. Like, I
Hmm.
love that you're really listening to the calling that's on you now and you're
Hmm.
listening to God. One
Yes.
thing that I recall from our coffee visit that we had was just how phonetic and how fun it is to be in the presence of someone that is a can do, gonna do it type spirit person like yourself and like myself.
Yes.
Like, we are not the people that you want to go out to dine with or out to coffee with if you want to tell yourself you can't do something, because we're the type of people that say we're going to do it and then we do it. And
Exactly.
so I'm so grateful for your friendship and some of our other collective friends that we have.
Yes,
Our wonderful
exactly.
friend Cheryl that's introduced us, and just our circle of people that we like to surround ourselves that are very positive and doing great things in the world.
Yes,
I'm
definitely.
grateful for that. With New York Queen Unfiltered, tell me, like, what is the spirit and the mission behind it as you're looking to do, your new branding in
Mhm.
2026?
So, my mission with New York Queen Unfiltered is to eventually be international. I
Yeah.
want everybody to know my name, know my brand. I want to help women alike. Eventually, I would love to be able to help other women start podcasts,
Mm-hmm.
um, and get them up and running. Mainly help them with the branding part of it, because I think a lot of people, they see, like, a lot of people are drawn to my brand because of the
Mm-hmm.
colors, the logo. I did all of that myself,
Okay.
um, even down to picking the studios because of the way it's set up. So I have an eye for that, and that's
Mm-hmm.
my creative side because I'm a writer and director, and I do have an eye for, like, you know, just a scenery, just scenery.
Yeah.
So I think that's where, I could be very helpful to other women,
Yes.
because some people, they may have all the ideas up here, but they don't know how to filter it out to make it come to light.
Mm-hmm.
And I do have another company, Sun Moon Rising Films, which is a production company. And so I have been very instrumental with being able to, you know, put those ideas on paper and bringing them to life on the screen as well, because I currently have a film that's on Tubi called These Streets Don't Love You Like I Do. So I just have that gift. And so if I can help other women, I've even people at my job that I work with, they're like, I've always wanted to do a podcast, and my friend and I want to do a podcast, but I don't know where to start. And I'm like, just start. You don't
Yeah.
have all the ideas right up front. Let me tell you something, Julie. Every day I have to turn my brain off because I am just getting downloads. Do this, do this, do that, do that. So I have so many ideas that
Mm-hmm.
are compounding that I just write down, because I know eventually, as my channel grows, that
Yes.
I'm going to put those things in play. But right
Yes.
now, I know I can't do everything, because I just can't. You know what I
Right.
mean? I have to take one step at a time. So I tell people, don't procrastinate. If you have an idea, just do it. It doesn't matter if it's small, it
Yeah.
will grow. You know what I mean? You'll find you may not have the money, but you will find the money. Trust me, you will find the money.
I've done
And
it. Like, I've done it
yes,
myself. Yeah.
definitely, when I did it, I don't want to say that I did it doubtful, because I didn't doubt myself, but
Mm-hmm.
I think I was more in a place where I was like, oh my God, I just left this other podcast. I
Mm-hmm.
got to start all over. My spirit wasn't on, 10. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yes.
So it was kind of like, let me get it done. I had to block out the world. I had to block out the noise. I
Mm-hmm.
really didn't answer my phone. I wasn't texting anybody, wasn't talking to anybody. I just had to do it. You know what
Yes.
I mean? And I'm still at that point where,
Mm-hmm.
I'll pick up my phone, but I'm not on the phone all day, with my friends like I used to be. Like,
No.
you know what I mean? There's other things that are more important, and those are my dreams and my goals. And the only way to get those done is to stay focused. So
Yes.
in 2026, I've really learned to stay focused on
Mm-hmm.
my goals to make sure that my dreams come true.
I love that, Nicole. Thank you
Hmm.
for just being honest and transparent
Yes.
about this is how you actually get things done. People come to me all the time and they're like, well, how did you do this? And how did you do that? And I'm like,
Hmm.
well, I just decided I was going to, and then I created a plan and then I just did it. But
Exactly.
I think it's the decision that we make in our head to say, okay, that idea out of the 10 that I have, I'm going to take action on that one because I feel like I'm most aligned with that. And I feel
Mm-hmm.
like that is needed in the world or whatever is driving you, right? So,
Yes.
um, as I think, Divine Abundance is the name of my show. As I say that to you, just divine abundance in general, what does it mean to you, Nicole?
Divine abundance to me means basically like being connected with spirit
Mm-hmm.
and having that connection, being able to, receive what the Lord has for me totally. So I think like the fact that he put Nicole, summarizing films in my spirit, because when when I first started my production company, um, I was at work. I was at work. This was back in 2018. I
Mm-hmm.
was at work. No, yeah, late 2017, 2018. I was at work. I was sitting at a desk and I had all these downloads about a script out of nowhere. Wasn't thinking about a script, wasn't thinking about writing. It was just like, write this. And I'm like, what? And I literally wrote the first 20 pages at work.
Wow.
At work. And I couldn't believe it. And it was in one day. It was crazy. Yeah, and then from there, some Rising Films was birthed,
Mm-hmm.
and then even with the podcast, I've it was in my spirit. It just so happened to be in my family members' spirit as well, and we just happened to be talking on the phone one day, and boom! But even prior to that, it was in my spirit, but it was in my spirit to do alone.
Yep.
But because that person was there at that right time
Time.
and we had that conversation and we connected, it was like, okay, let's do it together. And it was always meant for me to take this journey alone. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean?
Yep.
And it's because I do have a lot of ideas. And, when you're a creative person, you're not always going to be able to be creatively aligned with another person
Mm-hmm.
because your creativity and their creativity may, not
Cool.
go together or,
Yep.
you may not always agree on the same things,
Mhm.
and that's not a bad thing. But with that being said, sometimes it's just meant for you to take that journey by yourself.
You're so right. I can tell you, like, my business partner and I, every 6 months, we check in with each other, honestly, Nicole, and we say, is this really in alignment with who we want to be in the world? Is this the
Mm-hmm.
work that we want to continue to do? Are we where we want to be with this endeavor, with this particular joint venture?
Mm-hmm.
And we've given each other the permission to opt out. If at any time down the road, if one of us decides that they're no longer aligned to this work, they can opt out and the other one can
Yes.
carry forward. And so we made that agreement way in the beginning. And these are some things that I think people don't think to talk about in the beginning because it's like
Mm-hmm.
it just kind of evolves and you just kind of get there. It's just like what I tell people with a business agreement. Like do not get into business with anybody without an agreement, a business agreement. I don't care how
Mm-hmm.
big or how small it is, you need a business agreement between the two of you. What's going to happen if one of you gets sick? What's going to happen if one of you moves away and doesn't want to do this anymore? Like, really talk that through and think that through. I think that that's really important. And I think a lot of people overlook that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So kudos to you for really kind of thinking things through and deciding where you want it to be and putting yourself there. Tell me something just in your lifetime that you're really incredibly proud of.
I'm incredibly proud of how far I've come.
Hmm.
I think, when you see me, people don't think, oh, she's this girl from the Bronx, you know what
Hmm.
I mean? That was raised by a single parent and from the Bronx, moving upstate and
Yeah.
not only making a life for myself, going to college,
Yeah.
having 5 children, raising them in the hood,
Yep.
getting out of the hood, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Your children actually be, my one daughter, she's working on her nurse practitioner. My
Awesome.
son, he has a dual degree in engineering. Raising these
Mhm.
children and them becoming something.
Yeah,
So I'm really, really proud of that.
and you
I'm
should
really
be.
proud of that.
Yeah, you
Yes.
should be, friend. This is my reflective question. I love to ask everyone this question, Nicole, because
Yes.
It's so telling. But with all you've learned, your whole life experience, I mean, you're an amazing person. Like you, every time I
Thank
talk to you,
you.
I get inspired.
Hmm.
Your spirit and how you are so spirit led and you are so connected to God and that you listen to the calling on your life. Like I so
Yes.
respect you.
Thank
Um,
you.
yep. And I'm glad to call you my friend. But if you
Thank
could,
you.
yeah, if you could think about your life in totality,
Hmm.
um, what's one thing that you would go back and tell your 18-year-old self, a piece of advice that you've learned that you wish you could go back in time and tell your 18-year-old self something? What would it be?
So that is a very, very deep question. And I want to
Mhm.
bring up this one experience that I had. Okay. So the experience that I had took my mom to the grocery store. And prior to going to the grocery store, I had like a major blowout with one of my children's fathers. And I just felt like the weight of the world was on my shoulders.
Yep.
That I was going nowhere. I had nothing. I felt like nothing. I think that that moment I felt like a piece of crap, pretty
Mhm.
much summing
Mhm.
it up. And I took my mom to the grocery store and I had an encounter. My mom went in and I'm sitting in my van at the time. And this man came out of nowhere. I don't even remember him walking up to my side of the car, but he came out of nowhere and he said, are you a Christian? And
Mhm.
I said, well, I believe in God. Yes, I am a Christian. And he said, okay, can I read this verse to you? And he read a verse to me, and I can't remember exactly what the verse is. And
Mhm.
he said, I just want you to know that God sees you.
Wow.
Yeah, he said, God sees you. And he says, he's told me to tell you that everything is going to be okay and that he's here with you. And I said, okay. And he goes, can I pray with you? And I say, yes. And we began to pray. And I bowed my head. He bowed his head and he was praying. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, my mom knocks on the window. She's like, Nikki, you don't hear me talking to you? And I turned to my mom and I said, Mom, please don't be rude. I said, you see this man standing here and he's praying with me. She's like, what man? And I turned and there was nobody there.
Wow.
That man was there. You cannot tell me he
Mhm.
wasn't there. So I believe that God sent me an angel in that moment
He did.
to come and pray with me
He
and let
did.
me know that everything was okay. And so if I had to tell my 18-year-old self anything, it would be that everything is going to be okay.
Gosh,
No,
Nicole, you got me with that one.
I'm
Wow.
sorry. I'm sorry.
I wasn't
Uh,
expecting that, but that is beautiful.
Yes, that everything is going to be okay. No
Mm-hmm.
matter what we go through, our trials, our tribulations, our losses,
Yep.
we are going to be okay because no matter what, He is always there with us.
Yes. Yep.
Always.
Amen.
Even when we don't think so, He's
Yeah.
right there. And
Yeah.
in that moment, I needed that.
Yes.
And soon after,
Mm-hmm.
I ended up moving to Rochester. I would have never thought I would be here, but I ended
Right.
up moving here.
You ended up moving here. Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Wow. Changed, I mean, in a way, changed the trajectory of your life, if
It
you think
did.
about it.
It
Yeah. I
did.
mean, it's pretty profound. I
Mm-hmm.
think that that's the best answer to date that I've gotten.
Yes.
Mine is everyone asks me usually what mine is. Mine is that you're not alone because I can remember being 18
Mm-hmm.
and just feeling like I had to figure it out and like I was
Yes.
alone. And I
Mm-hmm.
feel like I felt that way because my parents empowered my brother and I with responsibility, but I also would
Mm-hmm.
say they also put heavy accountability on us at a young
Yes.
age.
Mm-hmm.
They had high expectations for both of us.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I don't think that's a bad thing. Like, I'm definitely not
No.
criticizing my parents because I don't think I'd be where I am today in life if I didn't
Mm-hmm.
have the parents I had.
Yes.
So I'm grateful. But I can remember at times being like, I should know this. I should it was almost like I'm taking a test and I should know the answers, but knowing that I didn't have all the answers.
Uh-huh.
And I felt alone in that. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
well, I'm not alone. Like I have God. I have my
Yes.
family, I have my friends. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not alone, and I don't have to know all the answers. So it's
Mm-mm.
like a 2-point thing, like you're not alone and you don't have to know all the answers right now.
Mm-mm.
So yeah, that's just what I've learned. So
Yes.
where can people find you? I know YouTube, you have a YouTube channel, right?
Yes. I have a YouTube channel. You can find me on New York Queen Unfiltered. You can
Okay.
also find me on Instagram at
Okay.
New York Queen, QUEEN
Yep.
Unfiltered, just how it's spelled on
Okay.
Instagram. On TikTok, I am NYQ Unfiltered because
Okay.
I think I had to shorten it.
Yep.
If I'm not NYQ Unfiltered, it's probably near Queen Unfiltered, but I'm pretty sure because I had two going at one point,
Yeah,
and geez, I'm trying to keep up with all these
it's
Instagrams.
hard.
Yeah, it's very hard. I mean, Instagrams, social medias, Instagram, TikTok. Now I'm on Snapchat. So Snapchat, I know I'm definitely NYQ Unfiltered. So yeah, that's where you can find me. And if you want to
Yep.
be on the show,
Yeah.
you can email me at nyqunfiltered@aol.com. And I will
Awesome.
get back to you 24 to 48 hours. Just be patient. I
Yeah,
have a
we are
lot going
gonna,
on.
don't worry, we are gonna drop all of Nicole's links in our show notes, so that'll be there in our description of our show today. Nicole, thank you so much for being with us.
Yes, thank you
This
for
was awesome
having
to have
me.
this conversation, and
Yes.
we look forward to talking with you soon, okay? Thank
Thank
you.
you. Okay, bye-bye.
You got purpose, you got fire. He's the spark that lifts you higher. You were made for joy, made for more. It's time to walk through heaven's door. The world is yours, take your place. Every dream aligned with grace. Overflow is your reward. Walk it out, abundance is yours. Oh, you can change it every time. Hope and faith, they realign. You're not stuck, not anymore. 'Cause girl, abundance is yours. Oh, oh, oh. This is your prosperity.